The flash of red and blue lights in your rearview mirror, that jolt of anxiety, your mind racing, what did I do? How much will this cost? Most of us think being as cooperative as possible is the best way to handle a traffic stop, but the side of the road isn't a courtroom. What you say can have massive legal consequences. I'm Mario, and today I'll show you how to protect yourself during these tense encounters. When those lights are flashing, your knowledge is your best defense. There are 5 sentences that can save your license, your wallet, even your freedom. Let's reveal them. The officer approaches your vehicle, a moment filled with uncertainty. They ask for your license and registration. Give them. It's a standard request, and complying avoids unnecessary complications. But then come the questions. The seemingly casual inquiries that can quickly turn against you. Do you know why I pulled you over? This is a common opener, designed to elicit a response, any response. Had anything to drink? A seemingly innocuous question, but one loaded with potential implications. Your instinct is to explain, to justify, to be cooperative. But every answer, every word, can be meticulously recorded and potentially used against you in a court of law. Admitting, "I was going a little fast," is not just an explanation, it's a direct confession of guilt. Even casually saying you had 1 beer, thinking it's harmless, can significantly escalate things, leading to further investigation. Remember, this is a subtle interrogation, carefully designed to gather information, not a friendly chat between neighbors. Here's your first secret, a powerful tool to protect yourself. You are never, under any circumstances, required to answer questions that could potentially incriminate you. The Fifth Amendment of the United States Constitution protects your right to remain silent, right there in your car. It's a fundamental safeguard. Answering these types of questions can only hurt you in the long run. So maintain your composure, stay calm, and clearly and respectfully say, "I'm exercising my right to remain silent. I will not answer any questions." The officer may attempt to pressure you, trying to get you to talk, but invoking your right to remain silent isn't an admission of guilt. It's a constitutionally protected right. This one simple sentence effectively shuts down their fishing expedition, preventing them from gathering potentially damaging information. You've immediately taken control of the situation and signaled that you are aware of your legal rights and protections. That changes everything about the interaction. The officer returns and asks, "Mind if I look inside your car?" Many people say yes, thinking it's harmless, but you've just waived your Fourth Amendment rights. Even if you're sure your car is clean, consenting to a search is always a bad idea. If they find anything, even something you didn't know was there, you're in trouble. Here's your second secret. When asked to search, say, "I do not consent to any searches, officer." Be clear and firm. Don't give vague answers. Refusing puts the legal burden back on the officer. If they search anyway, what they find could be thrown out in court. You force them to follow the rules. That's real power. Protect your privacy. Never consent. The stop drags on. The officer is stalling, hoping you'll slip up or change your mind. A traffic stop is supposed to be temporary, not indefinite. Here's your third secret. Ask, "Am I being detained or am I free to go?" This forces the officer to clarify your status. If you're free to go, leave calmly. If you're detained, invoke your right to remain silent and ask for a lawyer. This question calls their bluff and puts them on record. They can't detain you without reasonable suspicion. Asking puts you back in control. Don't let ambiguity trap you. Sometimes officers, in an attempt to find something more, prolong stops. They might engage in conversation beyond the scope of the initial traffic violation, or even call for a canine unit to conduct a search of your vehicle. This often happens after you refuse a search, hoping to change your mind. You could find yourself waiting for an hour, or even longer, feeling increasingly anxious and helpless. All this, over what started as a minor infraction, like a broken taillight or speeding. This is a tactic, unfortunately, sometimes used to pressure you into consenting to a search or admitting to something you haven't done. But thankfully, in 2015, the Supreme Court addressed this very issue and ruled in the landmark case of Rodriguez v. United States that police officers can't extend a traffic stop beyond the time reasonably needed to address the initial traffic violation and complete the necessary paperwork. Unless, of course, they develop new reasonable suspicion of another crime. Once the ticket is written and all checks are completed, the stop must end, period. Any extra time beyond that is a violation of your Fourth Amendment rights against unreasonable search and seizure. So if you're told to wait for a K9 unit to arrive, you can politely but firmly say, "Officer, with all due respect, I believe this stop is being unlawfully prolonged under the precedent set by Rodriguez v. United States. You don't need to launch into a full legal argument, just calmly show that you are aware of your rights and know the relevant case law. This puts the officer on notice that you're not someone to be easily intimidated or taken advantage of. Don't let them stall you into a situation that could lead to further complications or even legal trouble. Remember, time is often on your side if you assert your rights and remain calm. In today's world, your phone is more than just a communication device. It's your most powerful tool during a traffic stop, a digital witness ready to capture every moment. Officers' memories, while usually accurate, can sometimes be selective or incomplete due to the stress of the situation. But video doesn't lie. It provides an objective record of events, capturing details that might otherwise be missed or misremembered. Many fear recording will anger police, and that's understandable. But the law is on your side, protecting your right to document interactions with law enforcement in public spaces. Here's your fifth secret. A crucial piece of knowledge that can empower you during a police encounter. You have a First Amendment right to record police in public. This right has been affirmed in numerous court cases, ensuring your ability to hold authorities accountable. As long as you're not interfering with their duties or obstructing justice, you can film the interaction. Start recording as soon as the stop begins, the moment those lights flash in your rearview mirror. Use a dash cam if you have one, or your phone if a dash cam isn't available. If questioned about the recording, say, "Officer, I am lawfully recording this interaction for everyone's safety and to ensure an accurate record of events." This isn't defiance or an act of aggression, it's a measure of protection for both you and the officer. Video is your insurance policy if things unexpectedly go wrong during the encounter. It can prove you clearly and unequivocally refused a search of your vehicle, or if the stop was unlawfully prolonged beyond a reasonable time frame, violating your rights. Don't underestimate the immense power you wield simply by hitting record on your device. It's your silent partner, a steadfast witness, ensuring transparency and accountability. 5 sentences, 5 secrets. You're no longer powerless at a traffic stop. Use silence, refuse searches, ask if you're free to go, know the time limits, and record everything. These tools protect your rights and your future. Assert them politely and firmly. Never escalate. Your safety and freedom depend on it. Subscribe for more guides. This isn't legal advice and laws vary, so consult an attorney. Stay informed, stay safe.